Hello food lovers, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a plantain puff. Let's start with the ingredients. You need all-purpose flour, vegetable oil, warm water, sugar, yeast, plantain, milk and egg. So you start by slicing through the back of your plantain with a knife and then you peel. After peeling the plantain, you notice that some parts that are not so good because it's an overripe plantain. You use your knife to take those parts off and begin to chop your plantain into small sizes in a bowl. When you're done with that, you set aside and then you add 1/3 cup of water to your powdered milk. You use a spoon to stir to help dissolve the milk. You place your plantain in a blender. Add the dissolved milk into it and blend. You want to blend smooth to avoid lumps or those strands in your plantain puff. After this procedure, you put a cup of flour in your sieve. I used 3 cups of flour for this recipe and I sieved all of them one after the other because I do not want any lump or weevil or any dirt in my plantain puff. It is always important not to skip this process. That's the sieving process. You always have to sieve to avoid all those things. After that, I added 1/2 cup of sugar and then I mixed together. Added 1/2 tablespoon of yeast and mix together again. You need to mix it together so that it's well combined. I made a hole in the middle of my flour in the bowl and added 1 egg, the milk and plantain mixture which had blended earlier, and then I used my hand to mix together. So I used my fingers to mix together and to ensure that it's properly mixed. You can use a spatula for this process if you want to. I measure a cup of water and put into the blender which I used in blending the plantain and the milk. The reason I did this is because I don't want my tiny milk and plantain remains to go to waste. So you continue to mix with your fingers. The reason you're mixing this and combining is so that the ingredients that you added in this bowl will completely and perfectly come together, like the yeast, the flour, the sugar, milk, plantain. You don't want to have one side of your batter rising or one side of your puff mix not rising well. So you just mix and combine together thoroughly so that they all come together. You use a clean broom or a foil to cover your bowl. Why I do this before placing a towel over it is because I don't want the towel to get stained. Well, so 45 minutes after, look what I have. My batter has doubled its size and it is ready for frying. What the yeast actually does is aid it to double its size or to rise like you've seen in the video. So you place a pan over a heat, add vegetable oil to your pan and begin to drop your plantain puff batter into the oil one after the other. I normally see some people put a whole butter in their hand and then they'll start putting into the oil. Wow, that's some skills, but this is how I do mine, right? So you notice in the video that some of the puff turned on its own, but I'll always advise that you use a frying spoon to turn your puff or to stir it while it's in the oil. Reason being, it's not all of them that used to turn. Some of them are actually very stubborn. So I repeated this procedure, like the frying procedure, how I dropped my puff in the oil, because I wanted you to see well how I did that with my fingers in case you want to use my procedure or you want to use my method. So your plantain puff is ready and it can be paired with a cold drink or anything you want to have it with. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you include this plantain puff recipe to your menu so you can try it out very soon. Please click the subscribe button and tag your family and friends to watch. Bye.